Chapter 2, Eleanor. The moment Harold was found lying in the storage closet, the mood at Maple Grove shifted. Staff tried to hold to the day's plan. They made a genuine effort. But the smiles were forced and some voices wavered at the edge of weeping. The less composed among the women broke down when the director delivered the news at an impromptu meeting called before the police arrived. She did not soften it. She wore her pressed Maple Grove business suit, center insignia on one lapel, bronze director badge on the other, and came right out with it. I've asked all of you to suspend your work and join me here in the sing-along room to make you aware that Harold Benton was found dead in the supply room, she said, in the professional tone of a woman who had delivered difficult news to employees before. The stunned silence lasted about one heartbeat before tears started flowing. Those with the heaviest mascara had black streaks running down their cheeks within seconds, like it was Tammy Faye Baker, the heartfelt TV evangelist, who with her husband Jimmy made sobbing an art form. When the crying had run its course, the director bowed her head. Let's take a minute to reflect on our loss of a friend and colleague, and send our thoughts and prayers to Harold's family. The staff bowed their heads and truly tried, to hold the silence, but the occasional nose blowing and one last eruption of wailing threw others off their game. Betty and Renee exchanged a glance. Amen, the director said. We don't yet know what happened or when. The police have been called and will arrive shortly. Until they dismiss you, I'm asking everyone to remain inside the building. She looked around the room, her gaze lingering on Renee and Betty. Please try to continue your day as planned. If a community member asks what happened, tell them Harold passed away earlier today, that the cause is unknown, and that you know nothing further. If someone is distressed, console them as you've been trained. Thank you. She bowed her head, more a gesture of dismissal than a reverence, and the staff filed out. Eleanor claimed the worn leather sofa near the front entrance, the best vantage point for watching the door. A terrible thing had happened, she allowed. But car accidents were terrible things too, and everyone loves to watch the aftermath of those. We all slow down to look. Frank dropped down beside her, stirred his coffee, and winced at the first tepid sip. You hear it? He asked. Hear what? The moment. What moment? The moment Harold died. Eleanor glanced around. The place almost looked normal. Maybe, she said. Did you hear it? He asked. Hear what? The moment. What moment? The moment Harold died. Eleanor glanced around. The place almost looked normal. Maybe, she said. Betty stood by the office doorway, still holding her folders, not moving, apparently uncertain whether she was permitted to. Renee passed her. You should sit. I'm fine. You're not? I said, I'm fine. Renee stopped, rolled her eyes like a New Yorker giving directions to a tourist, and said, Then act like it. Betty said nothing. Eleanor rose from the sofa and clutched her cane. I'm going to ask her. Frank nodded. Well, you got to do you, girl. She crossed the room and stopped in front of Betty. You were the last to see Harold. Betty blinked. Before he died, I mean. Eleanor clarified. I didn't see anything, if that's what you're asking. You were scared, Eleanor said. Betty's grip tightened on her folders. I'm always scared. I watch Fox News. That was understandable. Eleanor stepped closer. Frank joined them. He asked you to meet him. Betty closed her eyes. Then, a small nod. Harold liked you, Eleanor said. Another nod. He wanted to talk, Betty whispered. About what? About us. You and Harold, Betty nodded. Then Renee entered and made her way over. Betty, can I grab a minute from you about tomorrow's dance lesson? I wanted to catch you earlier, but then, well, she looked down, visibly shaken. Eleanor was unconvinced the topic was dance. What happened in the storage room, Betty? Betty's voice dropped. I told him it was over. Renee's jaw tightened. Stop, you two. This is not an appropriate conversation. The director said as much. Betty, let's go speak with her directly, and then we'll sort out the dance numbers. They excused themselves and moved on. Eleanor and Frank drifted back to the sofa, found a box of popcorn on the side table, and settled in for the show. On cue, the front door opened. A woman in uniform, a man in street clothes, followed by a second officer, carrying a variety of things. He must have been the junior officer. They were followed by a camera operator and reporter from WBLD, local Fox News, whose 6 o'clock report started with, "If it bleeds, it leads." The police turned the news crew back before they could get further than the building threshold, and stretched yellow and black tape across the doorway, inside and out, reading, "Police line, do not cross."